How's it going, everybody? I'm going to try to do a little bit of TK here. Was injured really bad. Been sitting for real all day, every day for about 4 months. Fatigue, all of that. Lost more weight than I had to spare. Couldn't move. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't cough. Couldn't sneeze. It was terrible. Try that with the wave of your hand. You know, it's not the wind. You would hear it if I, any harder than that. That's just TK. There's no tricks to it, no strings, no air. For the non-believers, people with TK know it's real. Like, that can't be the wind from my hands, man. You can't do that from up above it that high. That's a little high. And even here, I'm still above it. Like, that's still above it. It would catch it at an angle that would, it would do something different than what I can make it do. I'm pretty much snatching it around. It's different. I don't know. I have learned to just roll with it and figure it out. I've been using more of the mental ability of it because I've been sitting. When this first happened to me, I couldn't do anything. Like, I couldn't get anything to move, not even something on a side wheel. I'm waving my hands like they say all of this is creating, but it was just gone. But I mentally sit there on the edge of my chair with very small space and a grabber so I could grab the foil when I knocked it off, And it's different standing up now, but it's like I want to learn what I did with that mental state of it and try to figure that out. Like, I want to keep going with that, but these over here are moving too. I don't have them in the shot, but they just keep spiraling around. The old. You can try that from up above it. I'm up above it. I just can't get a better camera angle to show that. It's that's what I was trying to do, was pick it up, but when I pull the cup out, I'm stuck on the cup too. That's all there is to it. I'm sure this is going to drag back over here to it somehow or something, but alright, so I don't have it all down, but I know how to blast it off really good, especially from a sit down now. I can do that really well. So that's uphill too. It's leaning back, by the way. The straw might even roll back towards me if I put it on there. Yeah, it's rolling back, huh? So, but anyway, like I said, I haven't been able to practice standing much. I just recently cleared me a spot off inside now that I can stand. This is only a couple of weeks here that I've been standing, and I've had to force myself to do that. And, it's been rough, man. I was ready to give up. But I don't know. Something just keeps me going with it. Like I'm I'm supposed to figure it out or something. And there's no trickery, no strings. You know, it's... I don't know what I'm trying to do, just prove it, I guess, like do gestures that wouldn't necessarily make these things move like they do. I don't know how that looks, but I'm gonna leave it in there. That's just what I've learned. I've learned how to hold on to it. I used more, like I said, mental focus on it, but I still put the hand out. See it. You know how wide the sink is, the little piece of counter in between the sink and the floor. That's what I had a bottle cap sitting on with a screw in it, and I would have a little piece of foil about this big, and I just started working on that. And I started learning to push and pull with the brain. And I don't mean just thinking it. I mean, you can feel your brain pushing and pulling. That you can't just focus on that the whole time, though. Like it has me today not trying that, and I don't want to force it. It's like steps. Like I got to catch this up now to this part before I keep stretching the brain to go somewhere that it's not ready for the rest of it to stay with it. If that makes sense. Like you can't just level immediately. It's steps, and it's not just a straight path. It is and it's not. I don't know. It's... yeah. Smells like something's burning. And I don't practice pyrokinesis, so I know I'm not doing. I don't want to make this a boring video. I can't really move that well, but I am getting better daily. That was the garbage truck. Okay. Hard to focus. I was trying to listen for my dogs too. Even though I can't run, I may have to run in. The garbage truck is an excitement to them. See, I'm trying to do it in a way that there's no way it could be the wind for my hands, and I promise you there's no strings or magnets. This is a table that has a box under it, and there's cups in there, old cups. You know, it's non-magnetic except for my magnetic field. No trickery. It was fun to pretend like I was a superhero to my cousins when I was a kid, but that got old when I realized it wasn't going to make me a superhero. I'm on a different path now. I'm going to try to do it. I wish I had something to make a side wheel out here so I could show you what I could do with the side wheel. But I didn't really bring anything. I don't even know if you can see this stuff over here. It's slightly touching all of it. And there they go. I know you can see it rippling probably, but I don't know if you, yeah, I guess you probably could. But that's because I'm focusing on all of it here. Let me go back to focusing on one thing here. No tricks. Real magic, if you will. I don't know if it's magic, and if it is, it's the only magic that I know. But I know telekinesis is real. I guess I should have showed you this way to begin with. This is like the best proof ever. You learn this stuff when you have to sit down. You take your legs out of the equation completely. You quit even thinking about it. And you look at it in a totally different way. You have to, it takes practice, believe me, like 3-4 months of constantly sitting and being in pain. Just with the slightest things that I would do would be in pain. I guess it's easier to pick it up off of something because like it's flat and it's laying flat and it's hard to picture going underneath it when it's flat like that, you know. And I've always had a problem with that. It's like I'm connected to the table still because I can't picture going underneath it like I can right there. I'm trying to do it all kind of different angles so there's no tricky, you know, like, ooh, that could have been because it's the same thing over and over. No, I'm going to do it differently. How about that? Real telekinesis. No BS. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not trying to fool anybody. And you can teach yourself. And it's totally doable. I wouldn't do that to people. Make them think that it's real. Because it's super cool. Who would not want it to be real? Like, I haven't been trying any heavy objects, just a small foil. This is the biggest foil that I've messed with. I don't, you know, but it's becoming constant. Like I said, I could probably knock that cup over if I tried, but being on a flat surface, I could do it great when it's on the side wheel and all that, but being flat on the ground like this flat piece is a problem sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. That'll be wasting looking crappy. Figuring things out is not 1, 2, 3. You're working with energy that you really don't understand completely. It's, you start to, but that won't give you everything all at once. Just because I can't do everything doesn't mean what I do is fake. You know. I don't know what I was doing. I'm going to leave that in there. It's real. I was trying to cover my mouth so you wouldn't think it was the wind dragging it back towards me like I got super breath. But okay, the further back I go, it looks like I'm under it again. So still up above it. Still up above it. No trickery, just a cup. I think I've proved it, but you know, you still can't ever be too sure with videos, but I guarantee you, like I said, I wouldn't want to hurt anybody like that. once I can learn how to quit focusing on everything, spreading out like that, and just focusing on one thing completely, I think I'll have full control of it then. But until then, it's just, I can make it do certain things. Like, yeah. And it becomes understandable. Like, you learn to push and pull with the brain, like I said, I prefer to wait until it tells me I need to. Like, you'll know, it'll be like all of a sudden you're trying to do something different, but it'll be trying to teach you that itself. I don't know, it is its own guide. Once you learn the natural state of how it flows, you understand that it has guides that it follows, and you learn them. No trickery, just flies and little bitty, itty bitty bees, man. And they're not, I haven't trained them to, I'm not Ant-Man. I can't will the creature to do something. I'm trying to do it in different ways now, and just to show that it can be done with different movements. I don't know. Boom. That was tight. That was tight. I don't know. I don't know why it's easier to do it when it's propped up on something like that. Getting better at it just standing here, because I don't come out here, you know, either. I'm still sitting in that chair, but I get up as much as I possibly can now. I'm just trying stuff now. It's really cool, actually. I hope that showed, but it jumped up off the cup a little bit. That was kind of tight. I hope that showed. If you didn't see it, rewind it. See if you could tell that it popped up off the cup a little bit and landed back on it. And I can't do I always said I was going to wait until I could control it real good before I strengthen my chi. And now that I've hurt myself how I have, I can't strengthen my chi. It hurts too bad. I did it again, but it fell off. It hurts too bad to breathe like you're supposed to do that video. So I can't strengthen it now. It's just going to be what it is until, which I think, like I said, strength comes with understanding. That may be the key. Look, that looked like it was powerful, even though it was foil. But understanding it makes it power, not, I don't know. That's been my goal the whole time, is to understand everything about it. Not just move something, understand why it's not working like this. I don't know. But, I mean, I guess that probably proves it. Should just start like that from now on. There you go. There's no fans in here. Yes, the door is open, but that's not the wind coming from over there. See, it went that way. But yeah. I don't know how to hold it, though, is my problem. Like, I can do that, but I cannot hold it. And this is new to me, too. I haven't tried this at all, either. It's just been on, like I said, on a screw this big. A small enough piece that you could put it on a screw this tall in a bottle cap and let it rotate on that, on the small part of the sink counter. And I would try not to knock it off. I would sit there and control it. So, you know, that's what I'm working on, is control. That's why I try to knock it off from every side. Because, you know, in my old videos, it would always travel over to the left every time on this flat surface. And I think that's the problem, the flat surface. Like I don't have the grid idea down correctly or something. But as long as it's not directly attached to the grid, it's like I got it. I was trying to, hold on here, watch this. No, it's up too high now. Like I said, the grid, man. But anyway, this is just proof that, and I'm talking about I was crying, like I said, lost control of that right foot. Didn't have a heel, couldn't stand on it. Like the heel was, it wasn't numb, but I couldn't feel it the same way. The doc said it was drop foot syndrome, and she told me after a month they wouldn't even do a surgery because it would be more than likely useless. But 3 months later, one day I just realized I had complete control of that foot back again. When I was younger, I was in a car accident that put me in a coma for 3 days, a semi-coma, and I lost control of the left side of my entire body, and I regained control of that afterwards. So maybe I can just come back from something like that. I don't know. And when I tell you it was the worst pain that I've ever felt, like I said, grown man cry, worst pain. Really bad. Like I couldn't do anything. Couldn't sleep. And wake up crying pretty much. Like as much as I would like to admit it. I'm just trying stuff now, proof on throughout, boom. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna stand it up just to see. I keep trying to move everything, but being flat, it sucks. So I'm gonna put a bend on it so it'll stand. I'm gonna get all of the footage I can and put it on there. 30 something minutes probably. Anyway, I don't know what's gonna happen when I sit down now, if I'm gonna be sore or what, but yeah. The movement of the head will make crazy stuff happen. Like you can shake your head and stuff. It makes the energy flow with the energy it's supposed to sometimes to make stuff happen. I don't know, you have to open up the passageways, and when you use your head, basically, you start to learn to move your head in the angles that are proper for it. I don't know, it's crazy. I'm just gonna run the clock out. Like I said, if this ain't any different, it's just gonna be the same stuff. So I pretty much said why I haven't been on YouTube and all that. Knocking on death's door, basically. Would rather die than feel the pain I was in some of the cases, but pull through anyway. And I'm gonna try to keep going. I got me some rubber bands to work out with now until I can go back to weights. I'm gonna start trying to work out the upper body again, at least. Not ready for the legs yet. They're still kind of they were barking at a bat. No, I don't mean a flying bat. I mean a baseball bat fell over and they went crazy. But there's still a little bit of space on there. I'm going to keep going. Like I said, I'm giving it long enough that the skeptics can study it all they want. There's not just one thing to study, there's multiple things. And you can try to just wave your hands like that and think wind is going to do it for you, or you can believe that you can do it like that when you learn to throw that wind at it. You got to learn to control the wind around your body before you can learn to control it around an object. That's how I look at it. That's why the moving is important. If you can't visualize the wind going around that, it's not moving around your body. You got to generate wind somehow to make the movement of wind until you build it up. I mean, you can build it up and store it. Like I said, no breathing will help me. I'm messed up. So that's uphill too, by the way. I just pictured I was behind it, coming around, grabbing it from this side, pulling it back like that. And it works, like picturing that sometimes. You get off course, obviously. You ain't going to be spot on every time, but sometimes you can come back. But it gets stretched out too. You got to know how to put it back where it went. And then, I don't know. It gets off course when you try to fix it. It really does. So my thing is just roll on, go to the next one until you start to understand it a little bit. A thought just occurred to me and I tried it and it actually worked. Oh, snap. And I don't say that much. It was just that good to say it. Oh, I think I just figured something out, dudes. Oh, man. If you didn't watch all the way to the end of this video, sucks for you. I don't know. It's not that impressive, I don't guess. But yeah, I've learned to stretch it out like that. But now it's all stretched out and I got to figure out how to get it back so I can start with the amount of stretch that I had. That's the key to levitation, what I just did. I felt that it is. Crap, I didn't do both sides. I'll get it. Now that I've done it once, it'll come back. Crap. It was like I was at one and the strings were coming from hand to hand and arm to arm, and they were controlling up above and below the object. The further apart I pulled them, the further it stretched. That's how that felt. The chi ball, but strings. I don't know. It's easy to get off course and make it do something, but it's going to fly in a circle doing that because you're using one side. But anyway, I might as well end it. This is a long enough video. Maybe everybody will watch it to the end. This is no trickery. Believe me, I can't really bend over that well, so I'm not trying to duct tape somebody above me with wires, and it's real. And I know skeptics will find a way to say nay to that, but it's real. I was going to try something major, but I think I've got it stretched to the max. Yeah, there we go. And back is, you got to remember where you were at on the object, because that's, when you attach to it, that's where you'll forever be. So if it goes like this and flips over, that's why I have trouble with it, because that's your energy stretched out and flipped over. But you got to know where to pull from and push from at that point to know how to straighten it back out to how you want it. And I'm slowly getting better at that, but like I said, the flat surface is an enemy of mine. Always has been. But I mean, if you watch a video from 2 years ago, it took me a minute, but I was able to blast a piece of paper off of a cup or a can or something like this. You know, like I did like this and shoved it off, and it was, so basically that concept has been with me the whole time. I just, so, no fakes. Study every single bit of it. I know some of it looks like, oh, that's the wind, but it's not. It just looks like it from your point of view. But this is obviously not the wind. I'm up above it, dudes. You can't snatch wind from underneath. It's just not that possible. Not going that slow from up above it. And I'm not blowing down on it. Show you the, that's right. It's just easier to move. You got to move to know how the energy flows, and then you can stand still with it and kind of go in your mind where it goes. That's basically the truth about, oh, dudes. Finding about like that, I was just like flying a kite with it now. I'm going to work on that, and I'll make another video soon, but I hate showing up as scrawny as I am now. Even in my older videos, I wasn't this scrawny, but I just had to share what I've learned, and like I said, this is new to me. So, anyway, it's new to me, but I'm going to get buff again, then I'm going to make another video. But anyway, let me go ahead and walk over here, even though it's all slow and grandpa-ish. Take care, everybody.